instead. Brilliant. Okay, I'm there. So I'll do the formal bit for anybody that's diving in and watching this on the replay. So hi everybody, my name is Emma Goode. I'm the founder of digital marketing agency 24 Fingers. We help people all around the world put more digits on their bottom line through online marketing, which can be a fairly overwhelming, frustrating, joyful play, depending on how you see social media. And once a month, I get together with people on Zoom to literally ask or answer their questions on how to make sense of the digital marketing online world, grow their business through online marketing without going mad in the process. So like all of my sessions, really informal, it's a safe space. So please feel free to ask all those questions that you've always wanted to ask. There is no such thing as a silly question, because I'm sure if you're thinking it, somebody else would love to know the answer too. Do feel free to pop your details into the chat so that we can all connect with each other on LinkedIn. And I'm really happy to do live audits on this call. So if anybody has got a burning question or a profile that they would like me to audit live, I'm more than happy to. So shall we just intro ourselves initially, just so we can get a feel for who's on the call? And in the chat, I would so love to know how you're feeling about social media. Do you love it? Do you loathe it? Is it a necessary evil? Are you smashing it? It'd be really great to see where everybody's at. So if I can go in order on my Zoom screen. Pauline, over to you.
Hello. Oh, this is my first time to ask Emma anything.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
I'm hoping that anything that I've got a couple of questions that are going to be appropriate. I'm a coach. What do you want to say here?
Well, if you just introduce yourself and maybe share how you help people, and then if anybody's interested, they can connect with you on LinkedIn, and then we'll go around, we'll do the intros, and then we'll do a we'll do a kind of all the questions elements, so people can ask me questions. But I think it would be really beneficial if we all knew each other on the call. So yeah. Take it away, Pauline.
Okay, thank you. So I am a coach. I've been coaching for a very, very long time. And I recently started specializing using art in coaching to access a different part of the brain. So you get to answers that you might not have got to by talking it through or thinking it through. And that's been proving really positive. People have been finding they've been giving themselves permission to do things they would like, oh no, I didn't know I wanted to do this, but I so do. Now this has come up, I was like, I really want to do that. And I've got a real special version of art in coaching that I use, which is scribbling. Because with the art in coaching, sometimes there's still a bit of a hesitancy around, oh, I'm not creative, I can't draw. And that sort of stops them, even though it's nothing to do with that. So you need no talent. But with scribbling, I've not met anybody that says, oh no, I couldn't do a scribble. No, I can't. So that's what I've been working with the past 5 years for art in coaching, and maybe 6 months properly focused on the scribble coaching. So I'm looking at how to market that now so that more people can get the benefit.
Thank you, Pauline. And for anyone that is interested in learning more about scribble coaching, and Pauline and I are having a lunch and learn on, I think it's the 4th of September. So I'll send you the invite to that. And it's a fascinating topic, which it brings me on to the artist that we've got next on the call, which is Reg. Hi, Reg.
Hiya.
How are you?
Stressed, I think.
You're stressed? Hopefully now it's time you'll be less stressed.
Okay. Yeah, it's a brand, character brand that I've got, and I've been doing social media for 7 months now, and it doesn't seem to be working. So I wondered if you could have a look, basically.
Definitely. We'll go round and we'll do yours first, Reg, and really looking forward to giving you some value about how you can build your social. I'm going to hand over to Mr. GG, the king of influencer marketing. Hi, Gordon, lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, Emma, and lovely to see everybody else. Yes, so what am I? I do a lot of things, actually, wear a lot of hats. I'm an author on influencer marketing strategy. I'm also a podcast host on influencer marketing. I also set up the UK Association for Influencer Marketing in 2019. And earlier this year, I launched my own influencer agency. So after recommending lots of other people, I decided, well, I might as well do it myself. My area of specialty is employee influence. Although we run all sorts of influencer campaigns for anybody, we're looking at a particular niche, which is realizing that you've got a lot of influential people in your own company or organization. How can we leverage that? And I guess for the purposes of this, more specifically, about a year and a half ago, I launched a VIP influence program, which is effectively about helping individuals, whether they be business owners, executives, to be influential, whether they be key persons of influence or whatever they want to be, but absolute experts. So I'll help them write a book, get on stage speaking about their subject matter, or indeed, just creating social media content that really works. I am on social media as you would expect me to be, but I'm probably better at telling people what to do rather than doing it myself, which is the same as builders, aren't they? They're often creating amazing building projects, but forget their own. So I do about a couple of TikToks a week, but my biggest platform is probably LinkedIn. Emma and I, of course, have been working together anyway, so I was just keen to see what you guys do and if I can help anybody, but I probably need some help as well.
Oh, bless you. Lovely to see you, Gordon. And I think I would love to connect Julia, especially with Gordon, because Julia is very much campaigning voice for us single Pringles. So I think that would be a really nice connection together. I'm going to hand over to hi Charlie, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. Lovely to see you, Emma. Hi everyone, I'm Charlie. I am a virtual assistant and a business manager of a virtual assistant consultancy called Virtual Assistant Wiz, Essex as well, same as Emma. Emma has kindly agreed to be a speaker at our newly set up LinkedIn local in Brentford, if anyone is local and like to come along. LinkedIn, I think, is an amazing platform. I'm pretty much self-taught on LinkedIn. I've done a couple of courses, but I use LinkedIn every day, post 3 times a week for Virtual Assistant Wiz, doing canvas, doing various bits and bobs, trying to sort of mix it up with content, etc. Always keen on learning anything social media orientated. Don't know much about TikTok other than my 14-and-a-half-year-old daughter is constantly on it, scrolling. Yeah, but in terms of using it for business, I'm keen to learn. But yeah, the power of LinkedIn I think is amazing. And if anyone wants to know anything more about setting up a LinkedIn local, so getting people together locally in your area, then give me a shout, because it's been absolutely amazing for us. I think it's wonderful just getting people together and also having a platform where you can learn more about using LinkedIn, and having someone like Emma to talk at our one is going to be amazing. So thank you.
I might be a bit jet lagged, but I'll do my best.
I don't care, you'll be fine.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Julia. Nice to see you twice this week.
Did you say Julia?
Yeah.
You did, right. Okay, my name's Julia, as you said, right. I came across Emma on a link, Enterprise Nation Lunch and Learn. She did a little slot about SEO. I thought she was really good. And a year later, contacted her and asked her for help. She rescued me because I couldn't get into my own Facebook account for various reasons. So my business is called Just for One. I used to be a business consultant, supported businesses, helping with marketing plans, digital marketing plans, but now I'm on the other side. I'm not a fan of social media, although I do have quite a good expertise on LinkedIn and love LinkedIn, as you said earlier. So basically, I've got to eat the frog, get involved, and use it because it's one part of my armory, which I'm not using. So Just for One is aimed at single people. It's not a dating site. It's a site with a whole bunch of information. There's almost 30 million single people in this country, but you wouldn't know it because government and providers are not paying attention to that. So I want to be a nuisance, make a noise, and make a small difference. That's my plan. That's my goal.
I think you'll
Yeah.
make a big difference, not a
One
small
last thing. One last thing. I'm having a new roof put on as we speak. So I've got people scaffolding around me, and I might if I disappear, I'll come back. Yeah.
No, make sure your roof's still intact. That's more important than LinkedIn marketing. Nice to see you. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Emma. I'm here with Jade.
Hi, Jade.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
We're also in Essex, close to Emma. We're in the office at the Aesthetics at work at the moment. We're an aesthetics clinic for medical aesthetic treatments, but also health, blood screening, menopause clinic, and jabs, vitamins, IV drips, and so on. So we're using social media for our to reach our audiences and advertising as well on Meta and Google. And Jade works in the marketing department with me. And we've met Emma because of a project we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very, very interested to find out what's happening and network. And we don't even know what our questions are, but we thought we're going to join and just jump in there. And
we'll see what happens.
See how it goes.
Thank you, Vicky. Nice to see you both. Candida, I just saw in your message you hate social. That's absolutely fine. No need to apologise. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to be here.
Nice.
Emma, I think I found you on a lunch and learn with Enterprise Nation, and I just loved your energy and how you simplified things.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was really lovely. And I think I've actually signed up, Pauline, for the Scribble thing because I was fascinated. I was like, wait, the Scribble, that can't be that common. And I was like, where? I've signed up to it at some point this week. So I look forward to coming to that.
Oh, brilliant. I see lots of lovely fabric behind you, Candida. Is that your business?
No. So I'm a bookbinder, so I make books. So it's all actually like handmade papers. So yeah, so I'm mainly a coach now, which is around well-being and career change. But I'm also an artist, so I'm trying to work out how you blend the two.
Yeah.
It's not always the easiest thing. So I kind of find that I get and in a way, maybe that's why social media frustrates me a bit, because I think I'm attracted to the more visual things. So maybe like Pinterest or like sometimes Instagram, but then I'll spend ages making something for that. And really, that's probably at the minute, I'm quite a new business. It's not the best use of my time.
Yeah. And I guess also there's a thing about kind of perfection rather than progress, because I should imagine as a visual person, you want to make sure it's like spot on and it's millimeter perfect, but actually that might be at the detriment of not being consistent, perhaps.
Exactly. And I think I've really tried to get around that. And I'm using Canva and their scheduler at the minute. So I'm only posting twice a week, but I'm like, that's still consistency for me. So
absolutely.
But, I think just trying to work out which platforms are best for services as well, because I think quite often product services are spoken about, but it'd be interesting to hear, as we've got quite a lot of services in the room. I know LinkedIn seems good. But I'm just kind of curious about the others and where to put my energy, basically.
Cool, brilliant. Where are you based, Candida? US62, are you?
I'm pretty near. I'm in Lewisham, so I'm Southeast London.
Oh, Southeast,
So
yeah, that's right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Pleasure. So I think I'm going to start off with Reg, actually, because Reg asked me a few weeks ago to do an audit. So if I'm going to share screen, Reg, are you still happy for me to do share screen and to go through everything?
Yeah, sure.
And would you like me to focus on Instagram first, or a different channel, or your website?
Whichever. I mean, they're all there. So
okay, cool. So If I'm right, Reg, you
Insta,
can
TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. It's on
okay.
all of them.
You're on all of them. Okay. So if I just give Reg, do you want to give a bit of background about your business while I log into your account?
Well, this is basically a character brand, and it's sort of astrology based on signs of the zodiac. And there are 12 characters. I used to work for sort of Disney and those sort of people, Hanna-Barbera, and so it's character, it's actually sort of cartoon characters. I've done some animation and some t-shirts, birthday cards, etc. Yeah, that's the right one. Yep, go.
So I knew, yeah, I knew it was something like that. So just in case the audio was a bit skewy, Reg was saying that his business is based on cards, based on the zodiac. You're on every platform at the moment, and effectively you can buy, what can you buy? Cards, merchandise, paintings. What else is it?
Like
You what? Sorry,
t-shirts, mugs, that
t-shirts.
sort of stuff. If you go right to the bottom, there's all there's like a blog on there as well,
This one.
and then you just passed all the sort of various things. But if you carry on down,
Down.
you carry on down, and there's 4. That's the in the middle there. That's the various social medias, and I've kind of done them. The first 3 I've done since January, and then they weren't really working, so I tried TikTok starting a couple of months ago, and that's not really done anything either.
Okay. What I'll do, I'm just going to log in.
It's not sort of for business. Or the idea is to raise the profile.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the goal is to sell licensing to Hallmark or someone like that. But so at the moment, it's just sort of creating profile and getting followers and things like that.
Okay.
And it's just been like a hard slog for
been a bit of an
7
uphill
months.
struggle. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go on, you go, sorry. But there's a bit of a delay.
As each month has sort of kicked in, I've put up the relevant sort of memes and merchandise. So there's a t-shirt, the guy on the right is wearing the t-shirt that you can buy, and like the middle one is a t-shirt, and it's actually designed like a cereal packet. So on the front you've got this t-shirt contains a liter, and on the back it's all the ingredients.
Got it.
So it's their character traits and stuff like that.
Very clever, Rich. Can everyone see the Instagram okay? Am I sharing the right screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, brilliant. So why don't I go top to the bottom, and I'll just give you some ideas, Reg, that you can mull over, see if they resonate. If they do, great. If they don't, no problem at all. So what I would say, so at the top, we've got the zodiacs. Know yourself with your zodiac. Everyone's a zood. Which one are you? I would really encourage you to maybe use some emojis within that bio to break it up. I think you've probably got room for another line as well. So you could do shop here with an arrow down to create an action, or find out which one you are, pointy finger to take action. And that will encourage someone to actually do something rather than just read and pass by. On Instagram now, off the top of my head, you've got 2 links. So one could be your TikTok, and one could be your website. So like make use of that where you can, because it's there for you. Then we looked, and also one of your primary objectives is to sell through the sites. You could do something like nationwide shipping, or overnight delivery, or 10% welcome gift when you use VIP code or something like that, to get somebody thinking about how they can buy off you, not just that you're nice to have, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
We've got posts, we've got reels, we've got tags. So I'm going to come back to tags and I'm going to come back to reels. I'm just going to look at your content first of all. At the top, we've got an opportunity to pin our most relevant posts. So I would encourage you to be thinking about what you want somebody to see at first glance at your profile. So that might be your an image with your whole range on it. That might be a VIP discount code. That might be a calendar of when each of the star signs, but something that can remain constant could be that top 3 pinned posts. Those pins will always stay at the top of your feed no matter what's underneath. And because you're an artist, you've got creativity at your fingertips, it should be really easy for you to create something that looks good, that is permanent, that can just stay at the top of your feed, and they're called pinned posts. So have a think about the 3 things that you want a client to see straight away. And I would encourage you to be thinking about how someone buys off you, what somebody gets from you, and how you can make them feel. So those 3 kind of content pillars in that section up the top, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was just, I hadn't even thought of selling, to be honest. I just
Oh
thought,
no, we go, because we've all got to eat, we've all got mortgages to pay.
Yeah, it was just kind of, the idea was to get people to share it and things like that, and they just don't. And it's kind of, and kind of astrology seems to be a big thing.
Yeah, it is.
And lots of people share, and I just don't know what, they just don't seem to work in the same sort of way. I don't know why.
I understand. I'm going to give you some ideas. Another thing that we could do at the top of the feed is have what we call highlight covers. So you might have seen those. They are little round circles that stay at the top of your feed. And what you could do is every time you create a story on Instagram, a story is something that only lasts for 24 hours. You could save one of your stories to your highlight. So your highlight potentially could be the 12 zodiac signs, for example. It could be happy customers, it could be reviews, it could be testimonials. I'd encourage you to look at other e-commerce sites, because we want this to be a sustainable business, not just a creative sideline. Have a look at other e-commerce businesses, see what their highlights include. Typically, it would be things like about us in the press, nice things that people have said, and then how to buy, is what we always want to be thinking about, how we get your products out far and wide. These highlights, like I say, they're the area that you save your stories at. They're fixed up the top, and you can change them at any time. But people are lazy now. Gordon will tell us the attention span of especially people on Instagram and TikTok is very, very small. So people tend to look at stories now rather than visit your main feed. So I'd encourage you to be thinking about stories. I'd be encouraging you to post a story a day. And once you've posted the story, you can save it to your highlights so it's never lost.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm not great. I'm just not very good at social.
You will be great. You will be great. This will help for sure.
If it's only going to be there for 24 hours, that's like one of these is quite, takes an hour or so to create, and then there's only going to be there for 24 hours. It's like, but with that,
what's the point?
Spend an hour and things like, well, best case scenario, 1,470 people are going to see it, and then it's going to go forever.
No, save it on your highlight. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you've obviously spent time and effort creating these posts, right? I'm just going to take in the chat. So Gordon said exactly that. Attention span's less than 3 seconds, so we really need to grab people's attention. I'm gonna move on to content. Gordon just touched on Reddit, and I definitely 100% agree with that. So the first piece of content is, I'm not bossy, Leo. I'm the boss. My son's a Leo. So Red, if I could give you some feedback on the caption. So I really like the style. Can everyone see this Leo post? Okay. I really like the front script. It's fun, it's funny. I'm a Leo, I'm the boss, and I'm gonna give you some ideas about how we could do this. The next one is obviously the t-shirt of the guy. I'd love to see someone's face because people buy people and people buy smiley, happy faces and cats and dogs on social. So if you could use the face, that would be amazing. But I would also love to see the next screen, which would be something like, is every Leo in your life the boss of the house, or do you find Leo's bossy? And Gordon touched on this as well. Even if you go to Reddit, there is so many people talking about astrology on Reddit, and they all sit there and debate the star signs, the sun rising, and all this stuff. They've got a lot of time on their hands, but you will get a flavour of what the Leos are talking about. You'll get the flavour of what people are really, really saying, and they do the tongue-in-cheek stuff. So they do the kind of what you call it, the 10 characteristics, or when you've met a Leo, or this is the one thing that Leo really hates. So it's quite kind of clickbaity, but that it grabs attention. And when I look at this, what strikes me is the word Leo, and I am the boss. But I have to I get it straight away, but I have to kind of think a little harder. And then when I go to the t-shirt again, I have to think a bit hard. And there's no kind of call to action on the third screen to tell me what to do. I think if you look at Reddit and you look at the style of the posts, which are all kind of quite a little bit kind of tongue-in-cheek, but fun, a little bit kind of finger pointing at whatever the star sign is, I think you'll get a real flavour of what people are talking about. It's very much kind of, oh my God, when a Leo's walked through the door because they've done X, Y, Z, that type of thing. And then when I look at your cat, because on Instagram you can't click a link, that's lost. So no one's going to be able to click that link. So in your caption, I'd really encourage you to go, the 10 things about Leo that you might not realise, or the one thing that a Leo drives a Leo nuts. Do you agree? Put it as a question mark, or, tag the Leo that this reminds you of, and make it like a conversation, an interactive conversation, rather than just Leo, I am the boss, click the link that they can't click anyway.
Okay.
You're telling the story. So I'm just going to close this one down. Charlie's got a question for you, and I'm sure Gordon's got some views as well. So Charlie, do you want to take yourself off mute? And
yeah, sorry, I was just looking with great interest. You're amazingly talented. This is awesome stuff, and it's I'm gutted that it's not getting out there for you. So I just wanted to know who your target market is. Are you marketing like kids or?
Yeah, young teens. Yeah, I mean, there's a written book on Amazon and everything. It's sort of, I've kind of done quite a lot. I just don't seem to be marketing it very well. And it's predominantly aimed at kind of young teens, to get the profile. But then ultimately, the goal is not that as an audience at all. The goal is to get kind of Hallmark or someone like that interested, and then sell the brand to them. It's not.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, there's a 2-tier to it, sort of.
Have you looked at TikTokers yet? Because obviously, if you're looking at young teens, that.
Yeah.
Go on.
There is a TikTok, but I'm too old, so I've got someone.
Yeah, if you can go, just sorry, Emma. So my niece went. Yeah, my niece went viral with this kind of like first love kind of thing, and like pictures of them holding hands and da da da, and literally they went viral within. I had no idea the reach of TikTok. But if you're sort of targeting young teens, I mean, they're the guys that I've got one out sat in the kitchen at the moment, just scrolling, scrolling, and if you can get those, is it hashtags, Emma? I'm not sure how it works on there.
Yeah, what we'll do, I'm going to go to Gordon. I just want to talk about licensing for 1 minute. We'll look at a few more and then we'll go on to TikTok. But I 100% agree with you, Charlie. Gordon, you're licensing king. Any advice for Red?
For on licensing, did you say, or
Yeah.
on
Yes.
by the way, the licensing show. Are you aware of the licensing show in London, Reg?
I'm aware of it, yeah. But
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never been.
Well, definitely, that's the first thing you should do because the whole world goes to that, and some of the biggest brands in the world will be there, and just picking up lots of knowledge from experts in all these different fields will help you immensely. So that's the first thing I think you should do. I've just put a link in there, which was just I went online to look at some astrology influencers. If you don't like being on TikTok, do you know what I would do? Don't
Yeah,
go
what?
on TikTok. Don't go on TikTok, right? But you need to be on TikTok. And all I would say is find somebody that's really, really good that will actually advocate for you. Yeah. Because if
Yeah.
you think of what you need is you need to think about who are the people that are buying this the most. And the types of people that are buying this the most, you need to find an influencer that literally works like that. And so, in the first instance, if you can find somebody like that, it might be some of the people that I've shared there. Lay the red carpet out, give them some free merchandise. And if you've got a little bit of budget, say to them, look, this is what I'm trying to do. And if so, you could either work with them on a campaign by campaign basis, or you could work with them on an always on basis and say, look, actually, I'm going to give you an affiliate discount on everything that you promote to your network, so that actually there's something in it for them, and I'm going to give you a certain amount of money to pay for the content. Because people buy people at the end of the day, and if they're really good at the channel, then they've done the work for you. So don't think just because everybody else is on TikTok, if you're not comfortable with it, then don't. But find somebody that absolutely is, because Charlie's absolutely right. This sort of product would go really, really well. It's also about creating some fun. Content should be engaging, entertaining, inspirational, and ideally educational as well. And that's what people want.
The thing is where I originally started was kind of, I used to do all this for sort of Disney and people like that, and I thought, well, but that was years ago in another life. But I kind of came up with this, and we actually took it to the BBC at one point, but then we couldn't find anyone to write the scripts for it. But it's kind of there. The BBC would be interested if I can get the profile up high enough again.
Brilliant.
Well,
we know what we're aiming for then, don't we, Reg?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like the cards. I've actually got in the cards, there's a URL, and you actually, if you use a smartphone, you put the URL over the QR code, it will actually make a virtual 3D character that will actually wish you happy birthday in the card.
Right.
So there's all these sort of things in there.
This isn't a product issue. This is a marketing issue. And fundamentally, you're either going to need some budget to put behind a Facebook campaign or a TikTok campaign. Okay, so you need to find somebody that is prepared to give you a shot and actually speak with them. Also, your content needs to be consistent. It needs to be aesthetically pleasing. I'm a great believer in always asking my clients what they think. What are you looking for? What are you trying to do? You remember, you're creating content not for you. You're creating content for your ideal customer profile.
Okay.
Thank you, Gordon.
Hopefully that helps you.
Well,
thanks.
Reg, there is 16 million posts about Leos. If we use the Leo example, and it's that kind of really simple thing: 8 things an Aries wants. And I think sometimes in our own business, we tend to overcomplicate stuff. And I'd really encourage you to be looking at TikTok, looking at Insta, seeing what people talk about when they're talking about star signs, and then work it in a way that feels authentic to you, that showcases the product, but gets people going, oh my God, yeah, I know exactly a Leo like that. So, there's Meet the Fire Signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. Let's look on TikTok. I'm just going to stop sharing. We'll go TikTok. Won't be a minute. We'll do exactly the same. But yeah, think about that comment, an opinion, or a laugh or a tag, rather than just that kind of straight go onto the website, because unless people engage, they won't, and you'll end up feeling frustrated, and we don't want that. Right.
And that's kind of, I mean, to be honest, I've given up this month.
Yeah.
Really.
And the algorithms know when we give up as well. It's like a double-edged sword. I just need to log in. I'll be 1 minute. Come on.
Yeah, because it's now Virgo, and I just, I kind of, it's sort of, I've got to do something different because this isn't working.
Yeah. I mean, your animation, like you're so clever. I think right now, to tap into the bigger audience, we need to be tapping into the conversation of what they're talking about. So let me just do a search for Leo, and we'll do it exactly the same like we did on Insta. But it's all going to come up with Leo. Yeah, 10 crazy facts about Leo, and that's had 481,000 players. How a Leo acts when they're in love. And I'm not saying that you would copy this, because it's not your immediate style, but a front screen needs to be that hook, like Gordon said. It needs to be something that goes, I want to scroll through, I want to read that. And when we say like happy birthday, Leo, I just don't think that's a big enough hook. So we need to kind of look at what people are actually going to make people stop and go, oh, right, what's the 10 things? I need to know those 10 things about the Leo, or I need to know what the characteristics are. So like Leo women be like, or inside a Leo's mind. It's quite catchy. It's quite kind of intriguing, shall we say? And then when you go into that next, you could do the slideshows. You could do the illustrated, because you're a brilliant creative. You could do the illustrated 10 points. So it could still have your branding. It could still look like you. And the last screen is the call to action. Go to the visit and check out the merch. And as Gordon said, if you can get somebody to represent your brand as an ambassador, and they've got an audience, you would tap into that audience. I'd have to build up that audience.
Okay. So where do I find an influencer then? Is that link?
So yeah, I think Gordon's put a link into chat, and I would also encourage you to be doing. I would also be encouraging you to research. So go onto the channel, see who's talking about astrology, see who's getting engagement. Don't just pick, Gordon will tell you, don't just pick somebody that's got millions of numbers. You want someone that's engaged. Even the numbers are smaller and they've an engaged audience. That's still powerful, right, Gordon?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not always about the size of the audience, it's the relevance of the audience. Somebody could have 1,000 followers, but if they're all interested in that subject matter, then they're more likely to be successful. I mean, the average engagement for an influencer campaign is about 2% on Instagram or less. So a good micro influencer or nano influencer that could have 3, 5, and even 10% is worth its weight in gold, which is why all the market is going towards smaller influencers. And actually, the aesthetic clinic. I was just having a look at your website actually. You should, you know, I don't know if you're using influencers, but you should be using influencers as well. Are you using any?
We did in the past. We had ambassadors, and
Okay.
but at the moment we're just using real case studies and so on. But yeah, we've had influencers come in from the press, so editors and so on.
Okay, that's good.
Had
That's good.
somebody
Yeah.
from Love Island and
Yes.
not constantly, because
Yeah,
our clientele is really 45, between 45 and above. 65.
So that's
Youngsters then, Vicky.
Hmm?
Youngsters then.
So
There
that's
are
yeah.
there are youngsters that are clients for us as well. They're mainly we're not targeting them because they usually go to the cheap non-licensed places. We're more
Which
of
is all. Yeah, I've looked at the site. It's all the more reason why you don't want a Love Island influencer.
exactly
And you
why
know,
we moved away from it.
yeah, but there's amazing people that are in your target niche, that are 40 plus, and that's the sort of person that you want, that already has an engaged community and perhaps has got quite a local following, particularly if you're going to promote Rayleigh. As a I'm not a million miles away from you. I'm only in
Yeah,
Leigh-on-Sea.
you like
So
them.
How are you?
Yeah.
yeah, no, my partner would love that actually.
Yeah, so well, can always so are on the site that you put in there, are there influences in that age bracket as
Sure.
well? And that
I've got no, one of the tools that we've got is 100 million influencers from all around the world. It's not that one actually. I've just for the purposes of Reg, I just did a quick on Google really. But if I was working with a particular company, I'd do it properly. We'd look at the types of age profile, and that takes a bit of time to pull that together. But happy to have a chat with you after
yeah, we
this. I
would
don't want to
rather
take
have
up any more. Yeah,
we'd love to
cool.
have a chat with you. Yes.
And Reg, I was going to say, Gordon has a book about all of this. So, Gordon, I don't know whether you want to put your link to your book in chat for Reg to look at.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing. Does that help, Reg?
Yeah, it gives me some ideas.
Food for thought, hopefully inspiring, maybe, don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. So I think Vicky would let me is it while I'm logging in, does anybody have any other feedback for Reg? Now you've seen his website and his Instagram and his products. Feel free to take yourself off mute while I log in. Julia, anything for Reg, being as your business consultant, previous life? Or something you've done.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and graphics and digital skills are brilliant. And so, can you hear something else going on?
Well, I think there's some background noise, maybe in Reg's.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's amazing. I don't have anything to add to all that really good advice that's already been given to you, to be honest with you. It's about persistence, isn't it? And using your time to the best effect. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because I don't to get the best, or to target the right people.
Yeah, I think I've just got a bit lost.
Yeah. I listened to a really good blog recently where they said working hard and having great content, having a great idea is not the meritocracy of the social media and digital world. You can be the best at what you do, but if you don't use the most effective, time-effective techniques to promote your business, then it doesn't matter how good you are. So, but you are clearly very good. So you've just got to get over that other hurdle, which sounds easy, but I'm sure with Emma's help, you will. Yeah.
Thank you both.
Okay, thanks.
Right, let's go on to Vicky. I'm not sure that I can say much about Vicky's Instagram because it looks absolutely brilliant. Reg, if you look at these bio emojis, that's what I was talking about, where it's really clear and easy to see. So immediately you can see the USPs and the benefits of visiting via aesthetics and what you're going to get. It's brilliant, so what we call social proof as well. So multi-award winning global best aesthetic practice of the year. Immediately somebody can feel trusted and they know exactly the quality and the level of support and they're going to get when they work with Dr. Lekis and Vicky. I'm going to just describe it. I would love, Jade, I'd love to see if you can, on your reels, perhaps do some covers that text-based so somebody can see immediately what it's about on these two as well, if that's possible. Because otherwise, again, we're making somebody think a little bit too hard. And people are so lazy. So if you could get a front screen that's got text to describe the post, I think that would really, really help. I love the fact that we've got faces on the profile. So as we said before, people by people, so we can see Vicky, we know who we're dealing with, and people really like that because at the end of the day, it's their skin, it's their bodies, it's their health. So we want to make sure that people feel really comfortable. I liked the I like this for the awareness month. So what Vicky's doing there is tapping into a trend that's going to be happening on social. And if anybody wants these, every month we put together 300 trends a month. So you can get that as a free download and that can help fill up your content calendar. I will just look at what your colour palette is, Jade, because we've got a pink that's introduced there, but I can't remember seeing pink in your colour palette. So if pink is in there as a contrast colour, brilliant, and use it more. But if it's not, I would just stick to the darker turquoise and the blue so there's a consistent fade. When you do the front screens, perhaps think about how that's going to appear on Square Instagram and the portrait Instagram, and make sure that it's only in the live area. So no matter what phone you're on or what device you're seeing the Instagram on, it still looks neat and tidy. Congratulations on the award. So this is really important, that whenever we've got success in our business, even if we think it's a small win, put it on social, make people really see the progress in your business behind the scenes. It's super important. We might feel that we're showing off, but actually we need to do this to build up our own brand awareness. And when people see this kind of accolade, it gives a credibility in an industry that, if Vicky agrees, there's some people that don't always work to standards. So what Vicky's doing there is elevating herself as a thought leader, as an expert in her field. So all of that is absolutely fantastic. Again, on the client testimonials, think about the front screen. Think about what that first 3 seconds that Gordon mentioned looks like, and whether that front screen would entice somebody to watch the whole thing. I love the packaging. I think that's a beautiful shot, absolutely beautiful. Your brand, I've been to your practice. It's high end. Be careful about the icon. How do you say that word? Iconography, is that right? Icons. Think about whether the icons match the aesthetic of the rest of the brand, because that one particularly looks like something on Canva, which Canva's great, but you might need to upscale some of the icons to fit in with your branding. Lovely Dr. Lekis there. And again, a front screen with text, I think would benefit you. Think about planning your feed. So for me, these 3 posts look the same. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. So if somebody's gone through the feed at first glance, they might be a bit confused and think the post has been repeated 3 times. So that's just an observation. You might want to test as well your front screen being full strength rather than faded out. I'm old, so I'm finding it a little bit hard to read the text on the faded out versions, and you might want to split test a full strength colour. That might work better. Again, some text on the plain ones. I can't really read that, but again, that might be my eyes because I'm getting old. that how can we think about what the words are on the front screen. So being honest, I think this is a really great feed. It does everything that it should, and there's just very minor tweaks in terms of aesthetics for me. Open up the floor if anybody's got any feedback.
The faded out ones are just covers for the reels, just to give this feel of like a glass, seeing it through the glass. But you're saying it's not really.
I didn't get personally. I didn't get that. And then
because they're all reels, they're all videos. So this is just like when you go through, you don't even see it. It's just for the
front screen, isn't it? Yeah. I personally found it a little hard to read when it was faded out, but it would be easy to maybe split test the full strength color version or the wash over it and see what the difference is. Anybody that goes to aesthetic practitioners, I'd love to hear any more comments. Candida, Charlie, do you visit? Do you go for treatments?
I don't really go, but I think it looks really good. I agree with the light blue. I don't know if it's another place for you to demonstrate your logo potentially, but I think I like that it's really clean and clear, and I like the there's like highlight circles.
The highlights look amazing. Yeah. They look so amazing.
Yeah, I think it looks good as well. And I like the fact that you've obviously done like post reel, like those glass screens are kind of like in between. So there's one and then there's two, then there's one and there's two. So it's like you sort of created a pattern, is that right?
Yeah. Every second one has the cover with
that's what I meant, sorry.
Like a glass,
Yeah. But I didn't again, I agree with Emma. Maybe I'm old. I didn't really get that. But I think all the thumbnails or whatever you call them, there, V-Impress, client post, B&As, etc., they look amazing. And obviously you've got your keywords at the top. So
yeah, I think it's very, very good actually. I like the website and the Instagram. Just a couple of things. Remember, people's attention span is less and less and less. What attracts people is emotion, and that's driven by words or music, or so anything that you can bring that a sort of experiential love. I don't know if any of you watch some of TikTok videos of spiritual healers or anybody like that, and they've got lovely soft music going on, and they're just telling you about different things and leaving you with these few phrases. Because what we want to try and do with what you're promoting is the outcome. You're always selling an outcome.
They're all reels and they all have music. We don't post anything without background music.
Amazing. Fine. Okay, I haven't seen that.
That's not moving. So all the posts are reels. And
great with nice music. That's fine. That's excellent. Then I mean,
you want to click on the first one, Emma. So then this is
because I could.
Yeah, let me
click on one.
I'll just stop sharing. I'll share it again with the audio.
Oh, one other thing while I'm thinking of it, is finding out what people are actually searching for. Like using Ask the Public is a really good tool if you haven't already. And forgive me if you guys are already doing that. But I think what matters is creating blogs based around what people are actually searching for, and then creating those keywords within the blog as well. Okay. Oh, that's great. Love that. Yeah. It deserves more than one like.
Yeah,
that's Instagram for you then.
Yeah, the thing is with
that's
our
social
industry,
media for you.
we get the clients coming in, they all have seen all the posts, but they don't want to be seen to be liking it because they don't want their friends to know they're coming here and so on. So there's a little bit like
Really?
a well-kept secret. Yeah. They all follow, but they don't always show it. So
I mean, another little tip is just occasionally ask a question. So you want to try and create almost a conversation about this is a trend in aesthetics. Do you like this or that?
Yeah.
Or
Actually,
you give them, yeah.
That's a question. I just changed my Instagram into from business into creator mode, which helps with the music not being, with the license in there. Also, I discovered there is now this broadcasting facility on Instagram. And I've just started one survey, just did it there. Is this something that you advise?
You can use that, Vicky, as like a VIP community. So if you've got regular loyal clients, you could invite them to be on your broadcast channel, and that would give them like a member benefit. And what you're doing there is forming this like community. And I know that you have your in-person events. Charlie actually in Essex. Who else is in Essex? Your partner, Gordon. That would be an online extension of your afternoon tea thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I posted one survey about what's your favorite treatment, Botox, fillers, and people have already started voting. And
There you go.
But I
There you
haven't
go.
started
That's-
using it more. It's just recently that I did that. But I was wondering if it's for reaching people directly through that as well.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is make sure that you've got a plan so you know when you're going to communicate with them, what you're going to communicate. Because the worst thing is to start and then not doing it after. So just think about like, okay, what's that monthly message? Is it come along? Is it a discount? Is it a free thing when you do X, Y, Z? Just think about what your monthly campaign might look like. God, our hour's gone so quickly. I've loved this. I could stay. It's quite late for me now. It's like 8 o'clock. No, what's the time? Yeah, 8 o'clock. Otherwise, I would stay all night and chat. Vicky, does that help? Does that help at all?
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, lots of food for thought from ours, but also from the analysis of Reggie's Instagram. Got things down, so hopefully can follow up with some people.
Amazing. Well, I'm gonna put something else in chat. I would love to invite you to Pauline's lunch and learn with me. So let me just very quickly put that into chat. For everybody that's watching this on catch up, message me and I will send it to you. I do these once a month. So if you find me on Eventbrite, you can follow and get notified when we launch events. Thank you so much. Like I say, I would love to spend all night chatting, but I can't because I've got to go to bed. Absolute pleasure. Like I think Gordon said on this call, consistency, but also enjoying it and having fun. It shouldn't be a chore. It should be something that you post. Have some fun with it, play around with it, test it, get feedback. Most of us, not Candida or Charlie, but most of us on this call wasn't born with a mobile phone in their hands. Jade was. So we have to see what feels right for us. I think authenticity is really key. There's no point me saying, I'm going to start dancing on TikTok because I'm just not. That's not me. So find where you're comfortable with, find out what works for you. Then you enjoy it. The more you enjoy it, the more you're going to want to post. The more engagement you get, the more the algorithm recognises that and rewards that. So please keep going. Please come along next month. And an absolute pleasure to be with you all this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Thanks.
Oh, nice
Thank
to see
you.
you.
Lovely
Well
to
done,
meet you
Emma.
all.
Cheers
Thank
then.
you.
Bye-bye.
Well done, Emma. Bye.
Thanks.